Hey guys, I'm just doing another live session here. My second YouTube live broadcast. Again, not sure if anyone's joining, but I figured might as well continue the tradition that is now about 3 days old. So I'm gonna wait for some people to show up and then we'll see if I can't show you guys a live trade that I'm looking at here in shares of Tesla. As soon as you guys move in here, if you could give me a sort of hello or a thumbs up, that would be great. So let's give this a minute or two or a couple minutes or so for people to show up, and then we will do a live trade analysis that I'm looking at right now in shares of Tesla. So just give this another minute or two for people to show up in here. In the meantime, let me see what I can do in terms of marketing this. Alrighty. All right, so for those of you guys in here, looks like there's one or two people in here. Just stay with me. Just give me a minute until we get a couple more people in here, and then we'll look at this trade in Tesla. I never know. I guess I should usually do some marketing around this before we do these trades, but it was kind of impromptu. I only have about 10 minutes or so, so I wanted to be fairly spontaneous on this. But essentially, what we're going to be looking at here in just a minute is shares of Tesla basically have started to look a lot better again over the past few days. They've done what we call sort of a retest or a check back of previous support, and I now see a bunch of people in here, so good, the count's going up. Can you guys give me a quick thumbs up or a hello if you are in here? Just quickly say hey. I believe you should be able to leave a comment or something like that. Yeah, exactly. Now, for those of you guys in here, were you already in my previous broadcast that we did last week on the S&P 500 trade? Good, good. So I'm going to try to do a couple of these per week, sort of show you guys, give you a bit of insight of what we do in the clubhouse. I just finished off a live members-only webinar for my Clubhouse members. We talked about a ton of new trades and we did a couple things, so it was a really, really nice session. But I wanted to share with you guys this trade in Tesla that we actually just discussed in the Clubhouse. So I'm not going to be sharing all of my stuff all the time on here, but I do want to give this a try and kind of see how people respond. All right, so we've been in here long enough. Let me just turn this camera around and show you guys what I'm looking at. Just give me 1 second. How do you turn this puppy around? All right, go to that. All right, so, okay, so give me 1 second to put the camera down, and then what I'm going to show you is sort of Tesla in a couple of different time frames. So let's start off with a very simple time frame first. And by the way, going forward, I'm going to show you guys all this on one of my bigger monitors here. In this office, I have a few more monitors, so we'll probably move it over to the other monitor next time. Anyway, so here's what's going on in shares of Tesla. And again, I'm hoping you kind of see this okay. I think you're going to see better on you'll see better on the next, if we do it on the other monitor going forward. But anyway, so here's shares of Tesla. And again, I'm hoping you can see this okay. But essentially, this is a sort of a multi-year look. And let me fit it to the camera. Okay, so this is your multi-year look of shares of Tesla. And essentially, the past few years in Tesla have really been sort of a thesis of consolidation, right? We, for the most part, have kind of gyrated between, let's call it $290 on the upside, and for the most part in the downside, about $180. So it's about $110 of gyrations we've done for the most part since, let's call it about 2014, so literally exactly 3 years ago. Well, we've started finally breaking out of this range here in about a month ago at this point. actually a month and a few days ago at this point. And I actually think this could lead to better upside movement. Now we've had some more positive investor sentiment over the past few days. A lot more thumbs up from institutional investors, not only in the media, but also the guys that I speak with, folks that are really, really good that I used to work with and I converse with on a daily basis, hedge funds and the family office, things like that. So a lot of people are very constructive, a lot of the smart money. And so I kind of like the trade. So basically what we've had here is we had this breakout. And most importantly, what we actually had last week, and let me zoom in. What we had last week is we had sort of this check back or this retest of what used to be resistance, right? That blue band used to be resistance. We then blew past it. We never really came back and retested it, but we did so last week. If we were to move this over to a daily chart, you can see this a little bit better, right? So that move last week, where my arrow is, that happened and that acted as a good retest of that former area of support, and that really came on the back of the earnings announcement. So to me, with implied volatility still being very low, this here is the chart of implied volatility, this black line here. I actually think there's an opportunity here to simply buy some call spreads in Tesla. Very specifically, what I'm looking at is the call spreads in September. So we're looking at a September 315, 325 call spread. Of course, Tesla continues to rally even more, so at this point we got to probably adjust it. But I actually think at this point one could put on a call spread, probably a 320, 330 or 320, 340 call spread. And if we were to quickly go in and I'll quickly show you how I constructed this. So let me just go in here and I'm going to quickly construct this for you. So give me one sec. I'm going to go in here, shares of Tesla. And I want to use September options because I want to give myself enough time, and the options are liquid enough. So if I were to do a 320, 340 call spread, I'll show you in a second. I'm just constructing it here so I can put it down to where you guys can see it. By a vertical, 320, we'll do it with one lot, 320, 340. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I mean, you can do a leaps call. To be honest with you, I prefer looking at it this way. I like to be able to manage my risk, and I like to be able to change the trade going forward. I feel like if you're in a leap, you're a little bit more stuck, at least psychologically. So here's what that trade looks like. So if I were to buy a September 320, 340 call spread, it would cost me about $850. The maximum you can make is about $1,150. You have essentially a break even at $330. Well, yeah, a little bit below that. So the stock has to move to about $330 for you to be able to. $328. Obviously, you just take the premium and add it to the current price for you to make money. So if the stock ends up going to, let's say $340, you basically get to keep full profit, or 342 and above. If it starts slipping, my rule, and I tell Clubhouse members this every day, my rule is always you start getting out of these options trades. Either if they start going against you, if there's a strong bearish reversal, or if the trade basically starts to get to a point where the theta starts kicking in, which is not going to happen anytime soon in Tesla. But that's why I want to do September options. So that's one way of looking at it. I'm longer term bullish in Tesla. I think this is constructive price behavior. So I hope this made sense to you guys. Again, I'm just trying to play around with this YouTube live stuff. I don't really, I need to start advertising this stuff more going forward, but I just wanted to show you guys what I'm looking at here. I hope this made sense. Please leave a comment or give us some thumbs up if you liked it. If you hated it, let us know as well. It's always good to know. And if you guys want more of this, let me know as well. Otherwise, it was nice to have you on here, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.